What's up guys, I'm Joe from Big Bite and welcome to Big Bite Reviews. Today we're taking a look at Pokemon Quest. Pokemon Quest is not your typical Pokemon RPG. You arrive at a new island and rather than go out into the world yourself, you send your Pokemon and your drone to supervise. They go on to explore over 10 unique levels and encounter and battle wild Pokemon along the way. Your Pokemon are on their own guided journey, and you can choose to have a small amount of control over the gameplay itself, or you can elect to automate the runs and focus on managing your team. Let's take a closer look at some of the elements of this game. The graphics of this game are nothing new, but new to the Pokemon franchise. It takes the cubist style popularized by games like Crossy Road and runs with it. What it lacks in originality there, it makes up for in execution. I've enjoyed collecting Pokemon to see what my favorite characters look like in cubist form. The story elements leave a bit to be desired, but then again, we're talking about a mobile game, so expectations should be tempered here a little bit. There is a light story behind the game, but it tends to get lost in the grind of the gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, there's a lot that's new to Pokemon. While most of these elements aren't anything new, they are new to the Pokemon franchise and combine in an entertaining fashion. The actual exploration gameplay feels a lot more like an automated MOBA. One of the ways you can upgrade your Pokemon is through collecting Power Stones, which reminds me a lot of Destiny's Engram system. Want to attract more Pokemon to your camp? You can bring some of them in by cooking food, with a system kind of reminiscent to the one in Breath of the Wild. Some elements returning to the Pokemon franchise in this game are decorations that power up aspects of your game, previously found in Magikarp Jump, and Pokemon and item storage system found in Pokemon Go. When all of this comes together, the game feels like it's more about managing your team than about the actual adventure itself. And if it sounds like I'm being negative here, I'm not really. It's just a different take on a Pokemon adventure. Think of it as more like NFL head coach than Madden. It's truly enjoyable gameplay in its own right. Like any free-to-play mobile game, microtransactions are a part of the deal. With that being said, this game can be played to completion without spending a dime. The in-game currency can be both earned as a reward for earning achievements, and you can also get a decent amount for free daily. The currency can be used to buy decorations, get extra mission runs beyond the game's cooldown timer, which is actually pretty reasonable by the way, and recover items earned on a failed mission. It's worth noting that when you buy in-game currency, you also get in-game bonus items of your choosing, which is kinda nice. Overall, while you can choose to support the game through microtransactions, you can absolutely enjoy the game without them. Music is always one of my favorite parts of any Pokemon adventure. Each world in Pokemon Quest has its own music, however, each piece is somewhat short and repetitive. The variety between worlds helps a bit with that, but I still got sick of the music and turned the sound off before too long. Additionally, the music and sound design didn't really enhance the game experience at all. This game does have a decent replayability value. You can go back and play levels that you've beaten before, which is necessary to grind out Power Stones and level up your Pokemon, and it's made better by each playthrough of a level being slightly different. You don't have to always see the same Pokemon, and the AI pathfinding evolves in differences in each battle, even when you're in auto mode. We love to talk about completeness around here when it comes to game releases, but mobile games are a little different. The game is fully functional at launch, however, much like Pokemon Go, we expect future updates with more Pokemon and possibly more land to explore. With that being said, the game feels like a complete release. You know, we also like to talk about support. This game was developed by the Pokemon Company, so we have high expectations, but they were absolutely met. The in-game tutorial is extremely comprehensive. They've got a detailed website for the game with searchable FAQs and a direct contact form for more specific support. We asked a question there and got an email response within a couple hours. That's pretty good. Finally, let's talk uniqueness. As we discussed earlier, there are a lot of elements borrowed from other games. With that being said, they all come together to make a very different Pokemon game than what we've seen before. And that counts for a lot in a franchise where gamers expect the same formula each time. So what do we think? Overall, we give Pokemon Quest 9 out of 10 stars. This game was a breath of fresh air in a predictable franchise. While it recycled many other game mechanics, it all came together to deliver a unique experience, and with what it lacks in story, it makes up for in replayability. But don't take our word for it, play it yourself. Pokemon Quest is available for download on Nintendo Switch as well as on iOS and Android. Once you've played it, come back and tell us what you think of it in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss an episode of Big Bite Reviews. Thanks for watching.